event would be an interactive and would be help all the participants to acquire more knowledge and know about the your mind, how to keep your mind much more peaceful, because everyone is stressing out in this developing modern era because of a lot of stress in the means of job and a lot of other stuff. So on that basis, this session would be quite interactive. I think everything will be interactive. So before starting this meeting, I hereby take this opportunity to welcome our just give a glimpse and introduction about our Saravanaguru sir. So he's a technologist and a business transformation leader at Agile Cloud, develops NLP practitioner and coach. So without further delay, I delightfully welcome our Sarvanaguru sir to take over this meeting and enlighten his knowledge with us. Sir, please take over the meeting, sir. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Please unmute, sir.
Sorry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
It's okay,
Suraj.
sir.
And thank you, Ravi, and the Jeyikkalam team for having me talk over here today. So I'll begin the discussion with a question to you all. Okay. My question is, what is the chemistry value of a human body? So chemistry value in terms of rupees. Okay. Even if you don't understand the answer, understand the question, please ping the answer. Okay. I'll anyway explain it in a few minutes. So whether it's 100 rupees, 1 lakh or 2 lakhs, what is the chemistry value of a human body? Can you guys type the answer? Any takers for the answers? What is the chemistry value? Just type the answer in the screen. Just do a guess, just like an exam, right? We write the answer even if we don't know the question. Just take the answer. No, I want a prize. I want a prize. Okay, some said it thousands, some said it priceless. 10 lakhs. Okay, good. Dilip said 10 lakhs. So any other takers for the answer? Yeah, is equal to the cells in the body. So which means in millions, right? Okay. So I got answers like thousands, 10 lakhs, millions, etc. Correct? So let me explain you what is chemistry value. So what is chemistry? So chemistry is a study of minerals and metals, right? So if I need to calculate the chemistry value of a human body, I should pick up the minerals from my body and then value it, correct? So let's take an average adult, okay? So I'm going to pull out the calcium from the adult, okay? And I'm going to, using the calcium, I'm going to paint a small piece in a wall, okay? And I'm going to name the price for it. Similarly, I'm going to pull out the iron from the human body. Okay, using that iron, I'm going to make small nails. Okay, so I can make 2 or 3 nails from the iron content that I have in the human body. In the same way, I'm going to pull up the phosphorus from the human body and then make 2-3 matchsticks. Okay, so in the similar way, I'm going to pull out all the minerals from the human body and I'm going to make some materials. Okay, small materials, and I'm going to value them in terms of price, Indian rupees. So now with this explanation, so you guys have answered 10 lakhs, millions, etc., right? etc., right? So with this explanation, now tell me what is the chemistry value of a human body? Just ping the answer. Any takers for this? So few have said 10 lakhs, a few have said thousands. Now tell me what is the chemistry value of a human body with this explanation? Anybody? Just guess, guys. I mean, nobody's going to ask you any questions. So what is the chemistry value? 55 lakhs. Surya said 55 lakhs. Okay, so anybody else? Okay, so the answers range from 55 lakhs, 10 lakhs, millions. See, if I'm going to do this right, the value of a chemistry value of a human body will be less than 50 rupees. So to paint a small piece in a wall, it will take 5-10 rupees. A small nail will cost you 2-3 rupees, right? A small matchstick will cost you 1-2 rupees. So if you put together everything, the chemistry value of a human body is less than 50 rupees. Okay, that is our chemistry value. Okay, today morning when I was walking in the morning, right, I was going past a meat shop. In that, 1 kg chicken is 250 rupees, 1 kg mutton is 900 rupees. And now if I see my chemistry value is less than 50 rupees, right? It's very bad, right? A dead animal is having a high value than a human body, correct? So though even the chemistry value of a human body is very less, life is very important and very precious for me. Okay, my life is very precious for me, and similarly your life is precious for you. Why? Because I do have dependents, my family is there for me, right? And I'm dependent on somebody else, right? So that's why the life is so precious for us. And how precious is this? We all know how the second wave was, right? It has done a huge damage to the mankind, and we know how precious is saving our life, right? So life is precious, so we have to move away from this situation, right? So vaccinate and wear mask anytime that you go out. So thankfully we are living now, okay, because we have overcome the obstacles in the life over the last 1.5 years, right? So it's good that we are here, but we are still far away from what we call as a COVID-free world. Till that time, we have to make sure that to take care of ourselves and then live, right? So let me move forward. I would like to start this discussion with a quote by Dr. Abdul Kalam ji. So he has said, whenever we face obstacles, right, that's when our hidden reserves, like our courage, our true characteristic will come out. We'll face the obstacles, overcome it, and then live happily, right? So that's when we'll come to know our talent, hidden talent. So what we need to do, we only need to find them, and then move on with our lives. So that's what we should do. So don't worry that we are living in a tough times. So these tough times will bring out our hidden talent and then make ourselves successful. Correct? So that's what Dr. Abdul Kalam also said. I would also add some quote that Swami Vivekananda told about life. He has told, strength is life, weakness is death. So we are thankful that we are living now. So that is our strength. Okay. So you should utilize our strength and power to the maximum extent. What is our weakness? That is the death. Okay. So we can park the weakness for a later point of our life. So don't worry about it. So we are living, utilize the life. Okay. I just want to translate this quote by Vivekananda into Tamil. So for my Tamil speaking friends, so this translates to Valimai Valkai, Balavinam Maranam. So Valimai is strength, right? Balavinam is weakness. So Valimai Valkai, Balavinam Maranam. If somebody is asking you what is the Valimai update going forward, I would want you guys to tell this. Strength is life, weakness is death. So no need to wait for the movie team, producer or the director to come to you tell the update. If somebody is going to ask a Valimai update, this is the Valimai update. Right? Let's move on. So today's topic is all about peaceful mind, right? So how to achieve a peaceful mind. So to get into the topic, first of all, we should understand what is a mind, what is a heart. So let's see what is a heart first. So heart is nothing but a physical organ that we have that pumps out the blood. That is just a physical organ. What is a mind then? So many people associate mind with your brain, which is true, but that is not completely true, right? So mind takes inputs from brain and also from heart. From heart, it takes the emotions, love, hatred, happy, sad, all these emotion related items it takes from the heart. Whereas the decision making capabilities takes from the mind. Okay, so mind is not completely associated with the brain, but mind is a combination of all the organs in the body which gives inputs to the mind to take a decision, right? So now I said that what is a heart? Heart is just a physical organ. What is a mind? So mind is a combination of everything in your body. So with this explanation, now tell me, if at all you want to make a decision going forward, you listen to your mind or you listen to your heart? Can you type in the chat? So if I want to take a decision going forward, an informed decision, you will ask your mind or you'll ask your heart? Can you guys type the answer in the chat? Any takers? Okay, so we should take the inputs of mind. So mind has to make a decision. If a decision has to be proper, right, we should listen to our mind than your heart. Okay, let's be clear on this before we move to the next part of the discussion. So now we have agreed that we should listen to our mind to take a decision, correct? Now let me ask you another question. Do our mind remain stable every time? Meaning I'm talking to you now, so my mindset is I'm so excited enough to talk to you. After this meeting, what happens, depending upon how I deliver my speech, the mind could be happy or mind could be sad, right? So the mind changes. Similarly, you are listening to this speech now. So based on how I deliver my speech, you can be satisfied or you will feel bad. I wasted my Saturday morning in spending attending this meeting, right? So the mind stability varies. It's not always remains the same, right? So to make the mind remain the same, is it an easy task or a tough task? Can you guys control the mind easily? Or are you able to control the mind easily so far? No, right? It is not a very easy job to control our mind. So how do you control the mind? That is what we are going to see. So I'm going to explain you what does a mindset mean. Okay. So how mind behaves in different situation, how different people think about a particular activity, how they have a different views on each activity. Okay. So I'm going to take you through some different Kuti stories, what I call it, because if I'm going to talk now and if I ask you to listen, it is going to be very tough. So I'm going to tell you some Kuti stories. Okay. So what I want you to do is pay attention and listen to. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So let's start our first Kuti story. The Kuti story name is Two Astrologers. Okay. And this is actually a true story happened, and it was told to me by one of my group friend. In the last 2 weeks, he spoke to me on this. So let's see what this story is. So in this story, we have our the main guy. His name is let's call him as a Vishnu, right? So Vishnu's life was going very bad in the last 1 month or 2 months. So whatever work he takes, right, whether it's a personal work or official work, so everything was going very bad. So he was so stressed out. He doesn't know what to do. So Vishnu has a belief in astrology. So he thought, okay, he'll go to an astrologer and ask his inputs. So he went to an astrologer. Okay, the first astrologer. He is the most famous astrologer in that particular city. So he went there. He showed us Jadagam, the paper with that planet's position will be there, right? He showed it and he told him, sir, I'm having a very bad time in my life over the last few months. So I wanted you to check my Jadagam and give me inputs. So that guy also saw the paper and then he noted down the planet positions. And he told Vishnu that, yes, my dear guy, your situation is very bad now. The planets are in a position that it's going to be a very tough time for you. And the next 2 weeks is very crucial for you. In the next 2 weeks, there are very high chances that there will be a blood loss from your body. Blood loss means what? He might meet with an accident. So he told, do not go out for the next 2 weeks. Just go home, shut down yourself, do not come out. Okay, that is what he told. So this event happened before the lockdown last year. So not going out for more than a day itself a very huge challenge that time, right? But now we are used to it. Even if you ask me to stay in the house for 2 3 months, I'll stay because the situation demands us, right? So this happened last year. So Vishnu was already pissed off and he is so much stressed now. He thought of getting inputs, but the astrologer made him look so bad, right? So he don't know what to do. So he came out of the house of the astrologer. He called his friend. So he told Machi, this is what the astrologer told me. I don't know what to do now. The other friend, he told, okay, I know another astrologer. He is not that famous, but he gives sensible solutions to you. So why don't you go and talk to him? So he went to the second astrologer now, and he told whatever happened. He also told that I went and met the first astrologer and what he told. So this guy also saw the paper. He also agreed that the time is very bad for Vishnu. Okay, so and he also listened to him and said and agreed and known that okay, the blood is going to come out. He is going to lose the blood from his body. Okay, so that point also he agreed. Now this second astrologer, what he did is he told Vishnu that so immediately after leaving this building, you go to a hospital nearby and then donate blood and then do whatever you want. Right? So he said, go to a hospital, donate blood and do whatever you want. So Vishnu also left that house. He went to a blood bank, donated 2 units of blood, and he did his usual activities. He was not at home. He did whatever he want. Okay, this is the story. Now, which astrologer had a good presence of mind, or who thought better than both? Astrologer 1 or 2? Whom do you think gave a better solution to our friend Vishnu? Can you guys type it is astrologer 1 or 2? Yes, it is astrologer 2, right? So he is a person who had a good presence of mind, took all possible facts into matter, and then provided a solution, right? So that is how mind has to take a decision, not just like the first astrologer, correct? So we have seen a situation. The situation is same. How two different people had two different ideas. So that is what we saw in the first Kuti story. Now we will go on to the second set of Kuti stories, and here I'll tell you about how the people's mind is, right? So in this category, the first story is exam results. This is again actual event happened in my college days. I think I was in the third year, in the year 2000. In those days, the results will be published in the college notice board. So nowadays we have the results coming in the mobile, right? Just a click of a button, we can get the results. But in those days, it will be published in the notice board. So we have to go to the building where the notice board is and see the results. So one fine day, we got a news that the exam results are published in the college main building. So from the hostel, I was going to the building. It is around 1 kilometer in distance. So I was walking. I was seeing my friend who was coming back from the results area. He was my roommate and he was pretty sad. So I thought something is wrong with his results. So he told Machi, I got arrear in one subject. So I was feeling bad for him. So I told him, okay, you go and sit in the room. I'll see my results and come back. So I was going to the main building. So in the area where the results were published, the small notice board will be there. It was too crowded because everybody was coming to see the results. So I was waiting for my turn to see my results. Suddenly, one guy pushed me and then went inside. He is the same guy who I saw on the way. So he again came back and he went and saw the results. This time he was a little happy. He was not sad. Then he came back. Then I asked him, "Hey, you already saw the results, right? Why did you come again to see the results?" Then he told, "No, Machi, seeing me, the another guy copied. Okay, Karthik copied, seeing my paper. So I want to know whether he passed or failed. He also failed. So I'm happy." So he went away. Hearing this, I was so annoyed because I copied from Karthik. So I was not sure what is my results. It's right. So if you look into the story, my friend who I met him, right, he was sad when he saw the results and coming back. But later, after he was seeing the friend's results, he was pretty happy because he also got failed. And if you look into my mind, I was a little anxious in going to see the results. But after hearing the other guy, the Karthik also copied from this guy, I was sad because I copied from Karthik. Right? So the mind, different people have different mind, correct? So let's go on to the next story. This is about Wright brothers. So Wright brothers are the ones who invented the aeroplane, right? So this story was told to the students by a teacher in a science class. So teacher wanted to give some motivation to the students. So he was telling about the Wright brothers story. So he was telling that during the young age, the Wright brothers, they are willing to invent new things. They are so innovative. They wanted to do something new. Okay. Wright brothers' father, he was working in a church. He's a God-fearing person, and he is a believer of like nobody should disturb the nature. Okay, so nobody could go against the nature. That is what he is believed in. So when the Wright brothers were inventing the aeroplane, right, his father was opposing them because flying can be only done by birds. That is the nature, right? If human is going to fly, that is against the nature. So he was trying to tell them don't do this. But irrespective of that, the Wright brothers went ahead, innovated, and then invented the aeroplane. So this is the story the teacher was telling to the students. And after the story, the teacher was asking the students, so this is a so good story. So what do you guys infer from the story? Or what is the moral of the story? Suddenly one guy raised his hands. He stood up and told this one. He told that if you don't listen to your dad, you will be successful in your life. You should see the teacher's face. So the teacher was like, when he told the story, he was thinking that he is motivating the student, right? That was his mindset. Whereas if there are 10 or 15 people in the class, not everybody thinks the same, right? So somebody picked up the wrong message from the story and he put that in the class. So people's minds are different, though it is on the same activity. Different people think in a different way. So finally, in this series, the last story is dog's security. Usually, dog will do the security for us, right? And this is a security for the dog. So on a good weekend, I got a call from my friend. So he called me and told me, "Hey, I have purchased a pet dog," and he was explaining me about the dog's characteristic, etc., color, etc. I'm not the guy who was interested in pets. So whatever he told about the dog, that didn't get into my mind. And finally, I asked him, "What is the price of the dog?" He told me it's 3 lakhs. I was very shocked because who is going to spend 3 lakhs for a dog? Because for me, since as I said, I don't have any interest in pets. For me, 3 lakhs looks to be very costly. That to get a dog. So I was so interested. So I told my friend, okay, I'll come to your house and then see the dog today evening. So that day evening, I went to his place. I saw him waiting near the gate. He was actually guarding the gate. I was looking for the dog, and dog was sitting in the sofa happily. Usually, I expected my friend to be in the sofa, but he was in the gate, and dog was sitting coolly in the sofa. I was asking him, "Hey, why are you standing outside, man? And why the dog is in the sofa?" Then he told me, "In this area, there are a lot of thieves. So I want to guard my dog so that I don't lose a dog because I spent 3 lakhs for my dogs." Right? So that is what he told. So you see, right, the guy's mind will be very happy, would have been very happy when he was purchasing the dog. But after purchasing the dog, what happened? He is acting as a security for his dog because he wanted to safeguard the dog. So this is how people's mind will be, right? So people mind is not steady, and different people will have a different perspective of different things of the same thing, right? So we can't judge a person, or we can't say this is the right thing to do or this is the wrong thing to do. So now let's move on. So now we'll see something about the wavering mind. Okay. So we saw different people having different views. In wavering mind, we'll see how a single person, okay, as an individual, how I'm going to have a different views on the same topic. Okay. Again, I'll tell you with some short quickie stories here. So first story is weight loss. So there was a guy who was very fat. Okay. And he went to America on a business visit. So during his trip, he was going around for shopping, and one shop attracted him. So in this shop, it was written weight loss can be done in 2 or 3 sittings. So he thought he'll go inside the shop and get the details. So he went to the shop, and there was a receptionist. So he was asking for the details. The receptionist told him there are two kinds of programs are there. One is standard program, other one is premium program. Standard program is $100. Premium program is $300. So which one you want to go? So being new to the country, he doesn't want to spend more time, more money on the premium program. So he said standard program is fine for me. So he paid the money, and the receptionist took him to a room. He told him, you have to go inside the room. I locked the door from outside. You have to spend 10 minutes there. Okay. After that, you can come out. So she allowed him to get inside the room and lock the door from the outside. So it was a big room. He was standing in one side. The other side, he was seeing a beautiful girl. He was so happy. A girl with him in a closed room. So he wanted to go near her. So he went near her. The girl started running. So he also started following her. He was trying to catch her. He could not. He was running fast. The girl was faster than him. So he could not succeed in catching the girl. So 10 minutes got over. He got tired. He came out of this room. Now he was thinking, okay, for standard package only, it's so great. Let me go for the premium package. So he told the receptionist, I'll pay 300 rupees now, $300 now. Let me go and do the premium, take the premium package. So he paid the money, and the lady took him to the next room and told him, this is again same 10 minutes only. After 10 minutes, I will open the door. So he went inside the room. The room was locked. It was a similar room like the previous room. One end he was there. The other end he was expecting a beautiful girl, but instead he found a old lady. Okay. So now this time the lady started following him, and he was running not to be get caught. Okay. So he was running so fast. He was running 2 or 3 times faster than the previous standard package. And finally 10 minutes got over. He was so tired, and he came out of the room happily. He was like, the time got over. Okay. So now see his mind, right? His mind was going, it was like not to spend more money. So he went for a standard package. After seeing the beautiful girl, his mind wavered, right? It was not steady. So it decided, okay, I have to go to the higher package, thinking that there will be more beautiful girl in that room. Okay, so that's what he thought. So mind is not stable, correct? So next story here is meditation. Again, there was another guy who was pissed off in his life, stressed out. So what he decided is he decided to do the meditation. So he saw a small chair. The chair, it was a small park. In the park, there was a chair, and the chair was adjacent to a small road passing through that park. So he went again and sat on the table. He didn't close his eyes. He didn't close anything. He was just opening his eyes and sitting simply, trying to meditate. At 8 o'clock in the morning, in the road, right, there was some group of dancers passing by. They were going to a dance school nearby the place. So they were wearing the anklets, so that was making noise. And he saw a beautiful girl in that group. So he saw her, and his mind got disturbed. So he moved away. So next day, second day, he thought, okay, I should close my eyes because I'm getting disturbed by this girl. So he went to the same place, closed his eyes with a towel, okay, and then started his meditation. Exactly at 8 o'clock, what happened? The dancer groups were passing by, and they were wearing the anklets, right? The anklets were making noise, and he was able to hear that, and his meditation got disturbed. The 2 days he tried to meditate, but he was not succeeding in that. So third day, what happened is he went to the same place. He tied his eyes with the towel, and he inserted a lot of cotton and some cloths here so that he cannot hear. Okay, so he went there, and he was meditating. Okay, so he could not see, he could not hear also. Okay, exactly at 8 o'clock, what happened? His mind started looking for the girl. It's 8 o'clock. Okay, it's 8 o'clock now. The girl will be passing through, right? So see the mindset, right? See the mind. It's not stable. It is wavering. Correct. So I'll conclude with another small story in this category. It's self-confidence. Again, there was another guy who was pissed off in his life. So he decided to commit suicide. Okay. So he went to a railway track, kept his head. Unfortunately for him, no train came. It's been 2 3 hours, no train came. Suddenly, he was started hearing some Swamiji giving some speech to his disciples. There were around 1,000 disciples were there. The Swamiji was talking about self-confidence. Okay, so this guy who went to commit suicide, he got up, he went and joined the disciples. It was for 1 or 2 hours. The Swamiji was giving his speech, and after an hour, the disciples they moved away from the place. So this guy went to the Swamiji and told the Swamiji, 1 hour before I was in a mind to commit suicide, but after hearing your speech, I changed my plan. I'm pretty much okay now. I will not be committing suicide. He told it. The Swamiji was very happy. He thought that okay, hearing my speech, one guy changed his mind. So he was asking that guy, why? What made you to change the decision? So for that, this guy was saying, see, you were speaking something. Nobody knows what you spoke, but still you were speaking. If a guy like you can live, why can't a guy like me? That's what he told. Okay, you should see the Swamiji's face, right? So the mind changes for the guy, right? He was willing to commit suicide, but he changed. Now he wanted to live. So that's how our mind is. It's not stable. Okay, different people have different mindsets. Even for the same individual, the mind is not stable. It is wavering. It can decide one or the other given at a given point of time. So now, what is a steady mind? How a steady mind work? So here I want to quote a story from Mahabharata. That is Karnan's steady mind. So it was a time when the war is going to happen in Mahabharata between Pandavas and Kauravas. So at that time, Krishna he went to Kunti Devi and asked her, Karnan is the only person who can stop this war. So I want you to go and talk to Karnan and ask him to support Pandavas. If he is supporting Pandavas, definitely Duryodhana will not wage a war because Duryodhana and Karna are very close friends, right? So Kunti Devi also accepted that. She went to Karnan and she told Karnan that, uh, see, I want you to support the Pandavas. If you support them, definitely this war will not happen. So for that, Karnan responded. He said, for any person in the world, only four things are important. What are the four things? Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Right? Devam means God. For me, my mother left me. Okay. My father also left me. My guru, he doesn't want to include me because of my family background. And also God left me. When these four people left me, there was only one person in this world who was Duryodhana, who was so supportive of me and who took care of me like his brother. So I can't leave a person like Duryodhana, right? So that is what he decided. Now, whether the decision is good or not, that we are not going to debate it. But Karnan thought, okay, he had a steady mind. He had the facts in picture, okay, to decide what to do, right? So that is what I want to convey. So when you want to make a decision, take all the inputs, okay, all the data available, and then make a informed decision. That is what we should do. Clear? So far we have seen different people have different mindset. We have seen an individual mind can waver, and we have seen how a steady mind is. Okay, a steady mind can take a informed decision, right? Let's move on. So to have a steady mind or to take an informed decision, the mind has to be in peace, correct? So if the mind is not in peace, you cannot make a good decision, correct? So that's what Swami Vivekananda also said. So he has said that the mind has to be very calm, right? As calm as our MS Dhoni, right? If the mind is not calm, then you'll have a very unwanted reactions, right? So we don't want any unwanted reactions. We want the mind to be in peace. So how to make our mind to be in peace, right? So we need to have some methods, some steps to have our mind in peace, right? So I'm going to tell you two important steps. Okay. So apart from this, there are a few other steps as well. So these two are the very important steps, right? Like the what we have the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the results is achieved by 20% of your efforts. So similarly, if you can do this 20% of this two steps I'm going to tell you, you will be able to achieve 80% of your peace of mind. Right. So let's see what are those two steps. The first one is eat healthy. Okay, so I want to compare eating and technology now here. So for technology, we should always have to move forward, meaning what is good in technology today might not be relevant tomorrow, right? Say, I used to work in mainframes 15 years back, but mainframes I don't think is anymore relevant in these days. So now we have cloud, DevOps, etc. After 10 years, cloud and DevOps might not be relevant. Okay, something else might come. So why do you want to improve in technology? To make our life easier, right? So in technology, we have to move forward. Whereas in eating, we have to move backwards, meaning what we have eaten in 80s, 90s, okay? So we have to go back to that food or even before that, right? Like millets. So the millets are eaten in long before, few hundred years before, right? Those are healthy foods, right? So if you take South Indians, their staple food is rice. So idli, those are the staple food. So those are very healthy food. If you take North Indians, anything out of wheat is a staple food, chapatis, rotis. But now what we are eating, we're eating burgers, pizza, which are unhealthy. Okay, so move forward in your technology, move backward in your eating habit. Okay, so go back to your childhood days or your parents' days, what you are eaten, eat that food, okay, which will be healthy. Second one is you should sleep well. So for an adult, at least you should sleep 6 hours. You should have a 6 hours of undisturbed sleep. Okay. So anything more than this fine, but at least 6 hours sleep. Okay. So eat healthy, sleep well. Now this eating and sleeping both are interconnected. Okay. So if you do one well, the other will automatically happen. Okay. So now I'm going to introduce you two concepts. One is eating time, other one is fasting time. See, we would have heard fasting once in a while is good for health, right? A few people fast once in a week. My spouse sees fast twice in a week, Tuesday and Friday. I try to fast, but I'm not successful so far. I tried to not eat in the morning and the afternoon, but around 3 or 4 o'clock, I'll feel so giddy and have headaches. I'll start eating. So I was not successful in doing a fasting so far at all. So that's when I came to know about this eating time and fasting time. So what are these, right? And this worked very beautifully. So eating time is nothing but it's a time when you start your first meal of the day. First meal means anything other than water. See, if I'm getting up at 7 o'clock, I'm drinking a coffee at 7:30. The eating time starts at 7:30 in the morning. Okay, and it goes on till the last meal of your day. Last meal is nothing but anything other than water. Okay, water is not included in this time. Okay, so if I'm drinking a milk at 9 o'clock in the night, so my eating time is morning 8 o'clock to night 9 o'clock, which is 13 hours. Okay. Similarly, what is the fasting time? Fasting time is nothing but the time between the last meal of your day, except water, till the first meal of the next day. So if I'm having a dinner at 9 o'clock today in the night, I'm going to have my breakfast at 8 o'clock in the morning next day. My fasting time is 11 hours. Okay. So to have a healthy life, okay, your eating time should be less than 12 hours and fasting time should be greater than 12 hours. So if I'm eating at 8 o'clock in the night, I should eat after 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Okay. I can drink water. Water doesn't count, but anything other than water, you should not eat. Right. So follow this. This is actually a great, beautiful thing. Okay. If you follow this, you will definitely feel a refreshment in your lifestyle. Right. So eating time should be less than 12 hours. Fasting time should be greater than 12 hours. If anything beyond 13, 14 hours is well and good. Okay. So other thing is have the last meal of the day 3 hours before you sleep. If you see, everything is interconnected. So if I'm going to sleep at 10:30 in the night, I should have my dinner at 7:30. Okay. So 7:30 the fasting time starts. So next day morning, if I'm having my breakfast at 9 o'clock, it's 13 and a half hours, right? So which is good. The fasting time is increasing if you have your last meal of a day 3 hours before you sleep. So this is a very beautiful thing. I would definitely recommend you to take this up, because if you do this, you'll achieve 80% of your peace of mind. Okay, so eating healthy, sleep well is going to take care of your majority of your issues. Okay, so no need to worry about it. So if you're healthy, worries are less. Worries are less means the mind is at peace. Correct. So follow this and start following it, and it is going to be difficult in the initial few days, but once you complete 20 or 30 days, it's going to become a habit, right? So these two are the very important steps to achieve a peace of mind. Let's move on, and so I'm going to explain you 7 other steps. So I would want you to at least take 2 or 3 from this. These are very easy to follow. Okay, at least 2 or 3 from this 7 steps, complement with the first 2 steps we have seen, and then enjoy your life, right? So let's go through this quickly. What are these 7 steps? So first one is quiet your thoughts, meaning you should be calm. calm Calm like our Captain Cool Dhoni, right? So you should be always calm. Don't get stressed out. Don't get worried. Be calm, because you don't have control over what you can't achieve, right? So if you don't have a control, why to worry? So be calm, right? The second one is use nature to your advantage. Means like get up early and go out for a walking in a park, right? So you can use the nature to advantage. You will have a pleasant mind. You will have a very calm and peaceful atmosphere. So use the nature to your advantage. Okay. So don't compare this with the Wright brothers story. Okay, that is different. This is different. The third one is do not allow others to dictate your feelings. Meaning you have to make your decisions, right? Not others. So why you have to make your decision? The decision may be good or bad. So whatever it is, you are responsible for your decision, right? That's why you should not ask others. If you're asking others what will happen, you will blame others, right? So do not, you can take inputs from others, but make your own decision. That is very important, right? The next is quit comparing. Do not compare yourself with others. Everyone is unique. Okay, he is doing that because he is capable of doing it. I am like this because I am I'm supposed to be like this. I can't be like him, right? So do not compare. Every individual is unique, right? Just like our astrologers, right? Both are unique, right? The next one is combat negative self-talk, meaning don't have a negative thought in your mind. Always be positive. Be very optimistic about the situation, right? As I told you, you can't change the situation, right? You cannot change it. So why do bother about it? So be positive, okay? Be positive and take life as it goes. Change the dialogue in your mind. Next one. So this one and the second point, use nature to your advantage to go hand in hand. So when you use the nature, right, if you're going for a walking in the morning, you will have time to talk to your mind, right? So definitely you should spend at least 30 minutes in a day to talk to yourself, to retrospect yourself, right? That is very important. So maybe before you go to sleep, think what has happened during the day, right? Or when you go for a walking in the morning, think what happened the previous day, what you could have corrected it, what you did well, etc. So that is going to improve you. Last one is remember what truly matters. Means think what is priority for you. Okay, that priority things do it first. Rest all can wait, right? So not everything will be a priority in your life, right? Something could be, um, some task will be can wait for some time. It can wait for 1 year as well. Some task I should do tomorrow. So I should concentrate on what is important, what I should do tomorrow, than worrying about what I should do 1 year next. Okay. So these are the 7 points. These are simple steps. As I said, the second one you can do it. You can get up early, go for a walk, right? You can talk to yourself. These are very easy things. So complement this with the first two, eating well and sleeping well, then definitely you will get your peace of mind, right? Or a peaceful mind, right? So let's move on. So I want to um, complete this discussion with Tirukural. So Tirukural is a book written by a person named Thiruvalluvar in Tamil, 2000 years before, right? So that book has everything related to one's life, right? Whatever you take in your life, you can refer to Tirukural and get something out of it. So in Tirukural, he has written one poem. So that poem translates into a man who controls himself. A man who controls himself. His greatness is loftier than a mountain. So you know, mountains are very huge, right? Very loftier. Okay, a man who controls himself, his greatness is loftier than the mountain. So that's what I have written here in English. Okay, so more lofty than a mountain will be the greatness of the man without a severing. Severing is wavering. Without wavering from this domestic state, who controls himself. Okay, so a man who controls himself is greater than a huge mountain. So in Tamil it is written as Nilayan Thiriya Adangiyan Thotram Malayinum Manapiridu. Malay means mountain, right? The greatness of a person is huger than a mountain if he is going to control himself. Correct? So I'll close this with a quote from Dr. Abdul Kalam ji. So we cannot change our future, right? The corona has let us know that we can't change our future. We can't even predict our future. We don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, right? So things are changing every now and then, right? But what we can change our habits. How? We have seen some 2 steps: eat well and sleep well, and we have saw some 7 additional steps. So we can change our habits. So that habits is going to change our future. How? At least by following that, you will get a better peace of mind. If you have a peace of mind, you can think better and live our lives in a better way, right? So that's how we have to do. So don't worry too much. Take life as it comes. Okay, eat well, sleep well, have a peaceful mind. Take your mind to take an informed decision. Don't take your heart to make decision. Okay, take your mind to make an informed decision. And whether it's a good decision or bad decision, that's a secondary thing. So irrespective of that, listen to your mind. Okay, and then stop worrying too much. Take life as it comes. So that's it from my side now. I hope you guys all enjoy this